Hello, everyone. Welcome to Manor Podcast, proudly sponsored by Top Manor Productions. And I am your host, Tabot Brandon. So, in here, we have a very special artist. And for what you expect, we are going to talk about music, we're going to talk about creativity, and we are going to talk about the journey. So, this special artist is not just an artist, but it's someone who also finds passion in creating other artists, not necessarily signing them, but taking them from their lowest level to a very big potential. So, this artist has risen from the times of Mr. Leo and even before TZ Panchak. So, this artist is no other than the CEO of Authentic Entertainment, and there is no other person than Young Time. Hiya. Thank you very much, Young Time.
Yeah, thank you too. I'm happy to be here with you guys.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much for honoring this very special invitation.
For sure.
Okay, so now, Young Time, can you give us a little brief about yourself?
Man, I don't know much because I'm just living one day at a time, so I cannot really say because that question for me is I'm not a mirror to myself. Somebody else can tell me more about myself because I'm discovering myself as I'm going. Yeah, so that's it.
Okay, so let me take you back. Let me take the audience back. Well, the real reason for this is also that it's a top secret, but now, anyway, I'm going to break it.
Yeah.
So I want to become a musician, and I know definitely the audience out there really want to be inspired too. So we are going to talk with Young Time, and he's going to tell us about what the life in there is like. And definitely we are going to either be inspired or we are going to pack our bags and go out of the music industry.
I feel.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of questions. I don't know where I'll start with, what I'll start with. But now, okay, let me go straight to the first question. So what has the journey been like to you?
The journey has been a hard journey for sure, but it has also been an interesting journey because when you love what you do, for sure, it gets interesting. The journey has taken a lot of sacrifices because sometimes you make a lot of money and then you invest a lot of money back into the game. So for me, it's a give and take journey because you must give something. The more you make, the more you pour, and you're pouring because you want to make more. But overall, above everything, you need to make sure that you love it because when I look at my classmates from back in school, where they are, some have money more than me, some don't. But I know one thing for sure: none of them is doing what they want to do, and are happy about doing it. They're doing what they have to do. I'm doing what I want to do. Yeah, so I feel like it's a good journey overall.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay, so now it means you are basing more on passion. You're basing more on what you like most.
Of course, what I like.
Okay, so now, who influenced you on your journey? You know, definitely you're supposed to have someone like an idol.
Yeah. Overall, my idol has always been Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne. Okay.
Lil Wayne. My dad and my elder brother. They inspire me so much because my dad and my elder brother taught me practically like how to hustle everything that I do. Not be it this music. They're not into music, but they taught me that I need to look at everything as a hustle. So those people that look at everything as a hustle in whatever direction, of course, they rise to the top. And whatever position that you are in, you're definitely going to be making enough for yourself. Because if I was looking at it just from the perspective of an artist, I'll really be struggling with a lot of other artists. But yeah.
Okay, wow, that is a very interesting story. And now I think this takes me straight to my next question. You know, for a larger scale, it is always asked that what inspires an artist to write. Yeah, most of the time it's about them picking up a random story, and a majority of them will claim that they write from what has happened in their life, maybe what is happening, or maybe some past events and all. So, how does it work for you? How's your creative process like?
It's a blend of everything. Sometimes it's what you want to do in your life. Sometimes what you have done in your life. Sometimes it's what you have seen somebody else go through. Yeah, but so for me, it's a blend of everything. Sophie for me was my real life. It was my past. Soft life for me is the life I've lived and the life I want to live. So I think it's a song inspired based on what is happening in our country right now. So for me, it's just a blend of everything. You cannot take one and leave one. If you're a true artist, you need to be able to tap into every direction.
Okay. Okay. There's one other thing. How can I put it? When you have been in an industry and you have made yourself a celebrity with the hard work and all that, like yourself, it gets to a point where your audience will definitely want more from you.
For sure.
Yeah, they will be like, it's been months, we have not heard anything from a long time.
Yeah.
And we also know that the artists have their personal life, they
Their
have
real
their
life,
personal
for
things
sure.
to deal with. So now, definitely you have maybe some DMs, you have maybe some bloggers saying, oh, we have
sure.
not seen this guy for a while. What's really happening?
Yeah.
So how do you balance the wants from the audience with your personal life? Because I know definitely you want to be like, I need to bring this to them, they need to hear me. So how do you balance that?
I used to find it difficult to balance it a while back when I was doing my masters. It slowed me down. It slowed me down a lot. But after that masters, I told myself that I'm going to do everything that I need to do to be consistent and practical. I need to make my real life is the music practically because from the production, I'm involved every day in the production process. If not of my product, not if not in my production process, in somebody else's production process. So basically, I don't see myself not releasing, keeping the fans waiting. Yeah. So for me, it's just a process where I'm just making sure that I consistently record, I consistently shoot, and I consistently release. What we are having as a difficulty at the moment is generally how to promote and how to better promote because Cameroon does not have a particular way. It does not have a structure. That's the problem.
Talking about Cameroon, well, it is believed that it is so difficult for you to have a very wide audience. Cameroon, I don't want to quote it that way, but I know it's difficult to rise. It's
Yeah.
difficult to have a lot of support in here.
For sure.
Yeah, and you see artists coming in, going out, even actors. I'm talking about everything general, public figures and all. So, what keeps you inspired? Like, I know that you sometimes you maybe launch something or maybe release a track, and it's like these people are not listening. So so many of them have been like, oh, I'm not doing this shit anymore, or maybe
Yeah.
let me take a break. So, what's your inspiration? What keeps you on daily?
I want more for myself, and I see a lot of people giving up on this. And if we don't make this work, the next generation will not have anything to do not have something to build on. So for me, it's not just about me. I'm looking at it like I need to be able to leave something for the next generation to be able to continue from where we
Like
from
a
where we
legacy.
from where we ended. Not even a legacy is one thing. That's not what I'm trying to. That's not what I'm trying to leave. I'm trying to. There's no structure in the industry. We came made the industry without structure. I'm trying to make sure that I find structure and I leave that structure for the people that are coming so that they don't find it as difficult as we found it. So for me, that's more about what I'm really interested in, and that's really what is keeping me going because I don't need to. I don't necessarily need to be Lil Wayne. I can be Birdman. I can be the person that puts in the work for somebody else to take that shine and everything. Yeah. So for me, it's just a question about trying new things and saying that okay, this works, so we can do this and repeat again. We tried it last time it worked. We're trying it this time it's working, which means that if I take the next artist and show him that this is how I did it and it worked, he can also do it and it works for him.
Wow.
So it's structure.
Yeah, that's
keeps me
very
going.
inspirational. Though. Okay, now we know, or let me say I know. I don't know about
Yeah.
others. Let me say I know that from past views, working with Jovi, it's always a very hard to find or a rare
Yeah.
kind of collabo thing because from the beginning he's always maybe in collaboration with those under the Nobel label, but all of a sudden we have Soft Life and we have Juvie into it. So
Yeah.
was it like Jovie is someone that you're really close to? You can get someone to it, or he actually changed the aspect of let me stand alone like a one man army, or and let me start riding with these other artists and see how it's going to look like.
Oh. Anyway, for me, I think that the credit for that project was Jovi's credit. He reached out and he just reached out one evening, like around 11 o'clock in the night. We spoke from 11 to like 3:30, 4 o'clock. Like we spoke for hours on the phone that night, and he was basically just chopping it up with me, telling me how the industry is and the role that I've played in it. Like he was also giving me my flowers, and I was also telling him like Biggie, I don't even know that you have been seeing what I've been doing. He was like, he's saying it. He just does not really talk on stuff like that. And he invited us to Yaoundé, and we took like 2 days later. We just went there, and I had previously recorded Soft Life, so I just took out a verse, and then I was like, I feel like this song is a fit for him because he's in a space in his career where he has worked and he should just be rapping. So, yeah, that's where Soft came about.
Okay. Okay.
So I
Wow.
think it's his credit for sure.
Okay. So seeing the journey, seeing the releases you've done, so many of them, which one will you say it's your favorite and why?
My favorite release of all time.
Yes.
Damn, that's hard. That's so hard. I don't think I have a favorite particularly. I have a genre of songs that I like. I like when I get in that mood. I like think. I like Tumano. When I get in that space, I really feel the type of music that I create. So I would say think and Tumano with Mike and Cool Kid. Those two songs. I feel like yeah, those are my favorite.
So what actually makes you your favorite? Is it the vibe, or is it that the storyline, or what really?
There's an adrenaline to the instrumental that I like. It's that adrenaline to the instrumental. When you if you compare both songs, you see the same adrenaline in both songs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so now another thing about the celebrity life is that once someone blows up, they are always like so hidden. They are always like maybe get into a taxi and need to mask up so these people don't
I
see
don't know
them.
about that.
But when it comes to young time is always so cordial with people. He's always how are you? How are you doing? What's up? He's always out there, maybe going to the gym, relating with people.
Of course.
So what's really happening between this free life and the side of maybe people hiding themselves and stuff?
For me, my dad was very humble. I'm from a very down to earth, humble family, and for somebody that had much, it was always very simple. So I never really found what it was about people complicating simple things. I feel like life is easy. If you have to hide, if you have to hide to mean something to people, it means that it's not genuine. It means that you're nobody, because the true people just it don't need to hide to be somebody.
I will ask them that.
His moves make him Eto. If he comes here, he plays ball with you. He goes back to being Eto right after that. Right after that. But there are people that who try to make look right, and they leave back to go and be nothing. They leave back to probably even being hungry. So for me, I just look at it like you just need to be down to it and be yourself. Anyway, some people's self is still proud. Some people's self is still. Some people are quiet. People have their different things going on. So I cannot even judge in that context. But for me, I'm humble, and I feel like access is a tool. So if somebody can assess me, I don't know what that person can offer. But if I was uptight and somebody cannot assess me, then that there's going to be a lot that I will lose over time.
That's true.
Yeah. So I always let myself to be accessible to whoever, whenever.
Okay, young time.
Yeah.
Let's dive a little bit into your music. I listened to Sophie, and it's actually something that hits different.
For sure. For sure.
From your previous explanation, you explained that it's not just about what you move around and see. It's also about more of your lifestyle. It's also about a true story.
Yeah.
And in that conversation, you listed Sophie as one of the true stories. Yeah. So I want to get into that a little bit. So from my own point of view, Sophie was like a heartbreak.
Yeah.
Was like a manipulative lady
manipulative
you had in your
relationship.
life. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, or what really happened? What really happened before that story? What really made you to bring that out? What challenge did you get into concerning relationship and now?
Anyway, to start with, let me just correct something. That song, I recorded that song in 2018. It got released in 2023, I think.
Wow.
But it was recorded in 2018. That was shortly after that relationship, like a year or so after that relationship. So anyway, that song was just real music expressing how I felt, because that was 2018, how I felt in 2018, and I just thought that let me put it on the music. It was really no shade. It finally turned out to be like I was shading her, but I was not shading her. I was telling my story, same as she'll probably have her perspective on what our story was. And mind you, two things can be right, because she can also be right, and I can also be right. On the For all parties involved, I feel like it's something that help us grow, because all of us have gone to happy spaces, good spaces. All of us are successful. There's none of us that in that story that has ended up in a bad space. So maybe it was something good for us to go through that. But then that's my story. I don't know why people were so worked up about it. It's just my life.
Still on the aspect of diving deep, you have been talking about her. But before I get to her,
Yeah.
I want to know why. You said you recorded that song way back 2018.
2018.
So what made you keep it till the release in maybe 2023? Yeah. What happened? Is it that you felt like this song people were not prepared, or you felt like you should not say anything about it before that time, or what really happened?
It's one of those songs that when I recorded it did not come out right, and I would keep playing the song. I'll record the song and then keep listening to it over and over again, but it was never sounding right. So I was correcting one or two things. Of course, it took some time, because I was not even doing the song necessarily for release per se. But then I was also going through my life, and the project where that song came out in, the title of the project was Finance Over Romance. And that was me saying, because 2020, I feel like things were coming together, balancing in my life really financially and so on. So I was like, nah, that was an era. I had not even met my wife right now. So it was an era where I was saying to myself, like, nah, I need to put the money first, sort out my life, love will come later.
Okay.
Or at least I need to be at a good space to be able to love. So if now when that project came about, that was a good fit for the project, because of course it was explaining how a girl did not treat me the way she was supposed to treat me, because I did not have the necessary finances that I needed to have at that point in time. So it was a good fit for the project. That's why now I took the song and just did final touches to the song and put the song out. So that was just it. It was not like people just misunderstood the timeline. People felt like I was pouring out my emotions about a girl years later, like I'm obsessed with a girl. But literally, it was an old song that was just released late because it was a good fit for a project. That was what it was about.
Well, you're not going to blame us, because
No, of course,
that's what I saw too.
But then you cannot walk around explaining those things to.
That's true.
You cannot walk around explaining those things to people. People have to feel the way that they feel. People are fans of her. People are fans of Mike. People are fans of me. So all of them have the rights to feel how they'll feel. But I cannot walk around explaining my life.
Okay. So I'm still keeping that her on this side. So another thing is from the lyrics, from what was said in
the
that
song.
music, in that song. It's to me it was I was expecting something like before because I listened to the audio before getting to the video. So I expected something like, this Mr. P reason with me, getting to the part where this guy
course.
was like suffering, this girl did not care about that. But jumping on the video, it's like Young Time getting married to someone, and I did not see Young Time like really obsessed or really in a very depressed state. So how did they relate that? Because to me, I felt like what you sang, it's somehow different from the actual video.
Okay. Okay. Let me just correct this. That song was not just about me complaining about that person. I was just not for the fact, and it's not about my relationship then. It's about everybody's relationship. Your relationship should never have to feel like a competition. That's why me and that girl were racing in the video.
Okay, yeah.
And I even said it that I wrote that in a relationship should never have to feel like a competition. So for me, the first thing I learned from all of that process was, okay, I'm never going to date somebody in my line of work. It can work for some people, but sometimes it's not a good thing being in the same line of work because there's a lot of competition going on, and sometimes it gets to the relationship. And not to say that anyone is to blame, because I don't. To be honest, when I grew up, the more I don't blame anybody in those situations. The more I just look at it like, this is what she wanted, this is what I wanted, and it just did not work out because we wanted two different things. But the point for that video was just to say that a relationship should not feel like a competition. It was not a question about necessarily damning her. But like I said, that's my story, and it's true to what happened to me. She can have her own story, and it can be true to what happened to her in the same relationship.
I'm going to talk about her at this point. Now, this song was recorded in 2018 before the fixing and the release way after that, 2023. Now, when I try to position the couple of years that passed before then, I saw that you were in a relationship with a fellow artist, because it relates with what you're saying, that you cannot be in a relationship, or what you've learned is that you cannot be in a relationship with someone in the same line of work. And what I saw, or what I concluded, I think before you say anything, is that this music is about Mini. It's actually about Mini. I know I've gotten that
Anyway,
view from other people. So
I'm not going to call any names. What I'll say is this: the only her that's in my life is my wife,
okay,
that I love and I respect. That's the only her that's in my life. Whoever has been in my life is in my past. Whoever is in my life right now is my wife, and that's it. Period. So in relation to the timeline of that song, like I was just explaining, that whole song was something of 2018 that was released in 2023. So I don't want to get the people riled up talking about us again. I should move on from that narrative, because the real narrative right now is they have their thing going on, I have my thing going on, and we are both happy, and we should stay in those happy spaces. Yeah.
okay,
You should ask me now about my wife. I'll tell you a lot.
we are going to get to that definitely.
Ask me now. I want to tell you about my wife.
Okay, about your wife.
Yeah.
Let's dive into that too. Okay.
She's a hustler. She's a hustler.
Okay.
She's a hustler. The type of girl that can turn 1 million to 5 million. That's the kind of girl that she is. Yeah. So we're both Bamileke. So practically it's a relationship where we are trying to really flip things, and she's in an opposite life from mine, because she's the type of person that's like, I'm like, let me pick you up from the junction, and she's like, no, don't pick me up, it's okay, I will just carry the bag on my head and come. I'm like, I don't want to see people seeing you carrying a bag to the house. And she's like, nah. I'm like, fuck. Hey, let me not curse. Anyway, my point is, I landed, I found me an amazing woman. So I just think that it was part of God's plan for us to get to this space.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, I'm going to get you into that a little bit about
Yeah.
the relationship stuff. So, what makes you? You already stated some very valuable points about your wife, and definitely you have some days before her. So, how did you meet her, and what vibe did you have, or what sparked that feeling that you actually concluded that, or maybe saw that this person is a person I want to end up with?
I've met in my short time that I've lived on earth, I've learned that people let me put it in a better way. Everybody's everybody cares about where their money is. So I learned that as much as men spend on women, if you don't have a woman that can use her money on you,
Yeah.
she does not really want you like that, or you are not her priority. When I met when I met this girl, I was like, I don't care what her past is or what her past could be. I would not care because of what I'm seeing. Like, she was the type of person that would she was the type of person that would spend her last on me, and I had never experienced that before. And I know I have so many friends, I have so many colleagues, associates. I realize that women generally, they don't have the habit of taking care of their man.
That's true.
And I just realized that if I have somebody that prioritizes me, I should be able to forget about whatever their flaws may be, and focus on what their heart is, what their intentions are, because I judge people for their intentions,
Okay. Wow.
not their actions.
Okay. So what happens at the how can you advise? So what can you say makes someone to actually confirm that they're in love with someone, with a lady? How do you confirm that?
People confirm in different ways. For me first, it was for I love her, but when I met her, it was not just a question of love, because I was thinking to myself, like, I need to find somebody that I can build my life with. And just shortly before that, I had dated girls that just they come and take. I need this, I need that, I need that. It's not a bad thing for you to provide for your woman. But if all she sees you as is a provider, she does not see you as a human being. Yeah. So when I met this girl, I was like, I don't care what her past is or what her past could be. I would not care because of what I'm seeing. Like, she was the type of person that would spend her last on me, and I had never experienced that before. And I know I have so many friends, I have so many colleagues, associates. I realize that women generally, they don't have the habit of taking care of their man.
That's true.
And I just realized that if I have somebody that prioritizes me, I should be able to forget about whatever their flaws may be, and focus on what their heart is, what their intentions are, because I judge people for their intentions,
Okay. Wow.
not their actions.
Okay. So what happens at the how can you advise? So what can you say makes someone to actually confirm that they're in love with someone, with a lady? How do you confirm that?
People confirm in different ways. For me first, it was for I love her, but when I met her, it was not just a question of love, because I was thinking to myself, like, I need to find somebody that I can build my life with. And just shortly before that, I had dated girls that just they come and take. I need this, I need that, I need that. It's not a bad thing for you to provide for your woman. But if all she sees you as is a provider, she does not see you as a human being. Yeah, so you're better off building your life and then finding that person as a provider. But if you're actually in the process of building your life, you need to find a co-builder that you guys can build together.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, of course, along the line, I fell in love, because guys usually say that they are in love with girls, but they're just in love with the fact that the girl is beautiful and so on.
Physical looks and
Yeah,
all
but
that.
that love thing, it really happens. It happens along the line. Yeah. So I think I fell in love. I fell in love at some point, and then I took it to the next level.
Oh, that is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Thank you.
let's go back. Let's go back so many steps back from the beginning of your career. You know, there are so many questions saying between Young Time and Jovi, who came into the shine first? You know,
Jovi.
oh, I've not landed yet,
Yeah,
but it's Jovi.
he
Okay.
came into the shine first for sure. Like it's not even why are they even comparing those two things? Jovi is like my mentor. He came into the he Don Fuquad made everything come together. People love to criticize. People love to say that there was this happening before Jovi, there was this happening before Jovi, and the reason why I don't like that is because in as much as there were people having little motions here and there, nobody ever made things come together, and he's the person that made everything come together and then make people start looking at music as something that could be that big. So like the person that took first in class one, you don't even remember that person right now. But you remember the person that had a scholarship for taking first.
Take it first.
You
That's
see
true.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I don't even like when people like we need to have respect for culture. In the US, the people always give Tupac his due, Lil Wayne that due, Eminem's due. But here in Cameroon, people really have the problem of giving people their due. I don't care whatever motion I had before Jovi. When Jovi did Don't Record, it restructured how everybody did music, and we need to respect that. Even if people have succeeded today and done whatever he created, that thing that people could say that, oh, I can do like this and it will work for me. And people did like that and it worked for them. So we should be able to respect, like, we need to respect that. We need to respect that.
Okay. Now, also there was a time where there was a lot of controversies online. You know, Young Time having the beef with other artists like Mike Monster. I think I was talking Mike Monster, and it was like, what's really happening in the industry? This is Young Time. This is Mike Monster. These people, we expect that they have to collaborate and be maybe in a close relationship.
I've never had
And
beef with Mike.
Oh,
I've never had beef with Mike. I've never had beef. Maybe you're talking about Skidi, because
Okay, Skidi.
because with Mike, people feel like we have beef, but well, in as much as we have not spoken lately, but I don't think on my own part I will not say that we have beef.
okay.
We don't have beef. Like I said, I expressed my story. Everybody's allowed to feel how they feel about what I'm talking about, but my story is my story, and I was not even talking about him. I don't even know why people brought him into the picture. He was never in the picture. I spoke about her, not him. So I've never had beef with Mike. Never.
So what about Skidi?
Yeah, we had beef. For me, I feel like we're at that space where it's just left to say that it is what it is. If we move on from it, we move on from it. But I'm not really in a space where I want to. I'm not in a space where I can beef anybody. I'm trying to meet up with presidential candidates. I'm trying to make moves that can change lives of younger artists. I cannot be beefing with somebody. If he stays at that level of that beef, it's okay. If he grows past it, I'm open. But I feel like it's a poor decision for us to generally stay in that beef, because it's not a wise thing to separate the industry. An artist should be able to come next to me and be like, I also want to be next to Skidi tomorrow, and I'm okay with it. Yeah, so I just feel like if he's in the beef alone. Right now, I'm out of it.
Okay. So now talking with Young Time, I can safely say Young Time is someone that is so calm on his own space, and I can say Young Time is like that stonefish that is very poisonous, but we wait for you to come find problem, then you get the worst poison of your life. Now I'm trying to get into this aspect of, there's this lady who got to your DM, spoke about maybe some personal relationship or maybe other
Yeah.
stuff.
She wanted me to come
Yeah.
to Bamenda and stuff.
Okay, then now she came online and maybe threw some insults.
She
Then
threw
you
some
just
insults on the
backlash
blog.
like,
Yeah, what actually happened was I saw a comment under a blog, and in that comment, she was insulting me because I was at that point in time I was going through this era where every time I'm going to deposit whatever money I'm just going to deposit, I just usually take my pictures because I love those type of pictures.
Okay.
And people felt how they felt about it. People felt like I was showing up, and she decided to insult me. And when I clicked on the name and just wanted to check my messages, I saw that she had been trying to get me to come to Bamenda, spend the night with her and stuff. So I just did not even reply to that. I just posted the screenshots. In hindsight, at this age, maybe I'm not going to do that at this age, but yeah, I felt like some people need a taste of that medicine sometimes.
So, as you said, you're the CEO of Authentic Music, Authentic Entertainment, entertainment as a whole. So, how has that been? Is it that you started with a couple of labels, then decided to start your own label, or you just started with that? You just kickstarted with that from the beginning.
When I started my career, funny enough, the kind of music I really love to do, Cameroon does not even understand it. I love to just have fun on a song. I don't enjoy being too serious and all of that on the song. Like the type of song I enjoy doing is like my song, just talking crazy, yeah. But Cameroon does not really understand that music. So labels were never really going to take me because they were looking for that serious music and everything. And I was like, if I need to be able to pass out my vision for people to see my vision, I'll need to be able to make things happen for myself. So with that, from that said, I was like, okay, what am I lacking? What I was like, okay, the most expensive thing that makes money leave my body first of all is videos. I said, let me study videos first just for myself to make sure that whenever I want to work on my stuff, I can work on my stuff. The next thing I was like, okay, I need to worry about audios and make sure that production. In fact, my goal from then was to be able to get production to 0 francs so that I can make a star I can make a star out of somebody for 0 francs and be able to make profit. So from there we started building those little structures to make sure that we are not spending much, but we are making profit. Now, at this current stage, what we are trying to build on is that structure for promotion. And I feel like once promotion is set up, the next thing is just going to be now just worried now about how can I, after promotion, is just generating back the income, monetizing everything.
Yeah.
So I feel like those are just the two stages that are left for us to completely build, and then it's a go from there. I feel like from there I'll be able to help as many people as I really want to.
Okay, I see that that's a passion because you're not just an artist.
No, it's not for me.
Yeah,
It's not.
you're an artist. I think the audience will be are safe to say an artist that builds other artists.
That's my goal.
Okay,
That's
not
my goal.
necessarily signing them like you said.
No, not necessarily signing them because I believe in I want to make hundreds of bosses.
Wow.
Which means I want to be able to say, I take this person from point A to point B. He takes the next person from point A to point B. I really like what Olamide has always done. I don't really enjoy like signing artists to say that this is my artist and da da da. No. I really want there's so much potential that when the artist is your artist, you cannot see. I learned a lot from Takujua.
Okay,
If he was my artist, he'll be waiting for direction every time from me.
that's true.
There's something new that I will not speak from him. But if he's his person, okay, I can help him where I need to help him. And then at a certain point, he will be able to help me where he needs to help me because there's a vision that he sees that I don't see, and there's a vision that I see that he does not see. So for me, it's an exchange of energies.
Okay, so my other question is when we talk about videos, the production, we talk
Yeah.
about the lifestyle, which we know is not cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Let me not go to videos first. Let me start with being an artist.
Being an artist.
So, being an artist is a whole ball game on its own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we know that it's it's not a
As
piece of
easy.
bread.
Of course,
Like
no, it's not
other
easy
say.
for sure.
So now, what are some of the challenges that you faced, and how can you? What do you tell us? What do you tell us? What can you say about solving them?
For me at this point, my main challenge is just learning our market realistically, how to promote in our market, because people look at examples from other countries and try to paste them here, copy to say that this is how they do in Nigeria, let's do it here. And it will not necessarily work the way that it works there here. So I'm trying to be realistic to how does our population behave. I'm just experimenting new things with how our population behaves to different things to be able to understand how to be able to have a structure to promote. So that's just my main goal at this moment. That's what I'm fighting with right now.
Okay, that's very amazing. So, what do we expect? What do you expect from Young Time? Like, what's next? You just drop an album.
New music, new artists, a lot of collaborative projects with the artists that I work with, as Chifo, Belvia, Dakujwa, Lira GD, like just a lot. Wiz Nova, Boy J. By the way, free axe. My niggas, he's jumped up, but free him though. Yeah.
Okay, last but not the least, what advice can you say about the industry? Like, what's lacking, and what can you recommend about the music industry?
Be realistic to our market. Be realistic to our market. However you want to be realistic anyway. Malok was realistic to what our market needed. And in as much as he ended up being a big, as they call it, local artist, but he was realistic to our market, and whatever he did would always work in our market because he was realistic to what our market needed. Now, there's nothing wrong with having a bigger vision, but you need to pass through our market to be able to open up into wider market. So just be realistic to our market.
Okay, so guys, there's no faking in this game. It's everything realistic. Everything realistic. So yeah, this is Young Time, the CEO of Authentic Entertainment. So now, where can we find Young Time?
Young Time is available. Just check my pages. You're gonna find me. Young Time Official. That's my page on Facebook. Young Time. On IG. Yeah, just check me out. And then you can subscribe to Authentic Entertainment on YouTube. You're not just going to find my work, you're going to find a lot of people on there, but my work is there also.
Okay.
For sure.
So for those who are just joining us, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is Manor Podcast, proudly sponsored by Top Manor Productions. So I remain your humble host, Talbot Brandon, and have a nice day and see you next time.